Hi, I'm Ashley, and we're here to teach you about factoring. Factoring is when you simplify your algebraic expression to the most simplified form. Hope this helps.
Okay, so today I'm going to teach you about factoring using this box. Well, I guess it's sort of a rectangle. So anyways, first what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to draw a rectangle and just split it into two pieces. And then here we have x, -5, and 7. So this is very simple. Our formula for area is base times height. So this is our height and this is our base. So we're just going to forget about this piece for now. So x times -5 is -5x. And then we're going to do the same thing, but since this is x, then this is x too. So this is x times 7 is 7x. So that's the easy part, and then we're going to turn it into equation. So here we're doing base, which is x, times, which we're going to use our parentheses, and then we have -5, and is an addition word, and 7. And so it's as simple as that. Okay, so now that you've learned how to do factoring with the box, we're moving on to part 2, which is just the equation. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to split these two terms in separate. So we have -3x and -12y. So now we're just going to factorize them. So -3x is -3 times x. And then -12y is -3 times 4 times y. So now we're going to find the GCF, which is the greatest common factor. So we have -3 on this side and a -3 on this side. So I'm going to circle that. And we have an x on this side, but we don't have an x on that side. And we have a 4 and a y on this side, but we don't have a 4 and a y on this side. So -3 is our only common factor. So all of your common factors are going to go outside the parentheses, and basically everything that's left just goes inside. So it would be -3 times x plus 4y. There you go. So now that you understand our basics of factoring, we're going to move on to a tad more challenging. So I've already split this problem into our terms, and then we're going to factor. So here we have -4x squared, which breaks down into -4x and x, because of course x times x is x squared. So -16x breaks down into -4, 4, and x. So our common factors are -4 and x. So that's what's going to go on the outside of the parentheses, -4x. And then everything else, being the x and the other 4, is going to go on the inside. An easy way to check this is doing the distributive property. So 4x times x is 4x squared. So that checks out. And -4x times 4 is -16x. So we're all good. Okay, so now that we understand factoring, we're going to do one quick challenge problem. So this won't be very complicated as long as you follow the steps we've learned before. So the first thing we're going to do looking at this is change this to a plus and forget this other parenthesis exists. And then we're going to break it into our terms, just like we've done in the past. A little too long there. And then we're going to factor. So 16b is 4 times 4 times b. 4 will just be 4. And 32 will be 4 times 8. And -12 will be 4 times -3. That negative is very important because if you lose your negatives, it won't work and you'll get the wrong answer and that'll be sad. So what we can pull out of this is 4 because it's common in all of these numbers. So 4 will be on the outside of the parentheses. So then we're going to put everything else in the middle, which would be 4b, because we have 4 times b, 1, and I'm going to show you why it's 1 in just a moment, 8, and negative 3. This is very important. You cannot lose this. And I suppose you could do plus and then negative 3 and another parentheses, but that's not very simplified because if you're adding a negative, it's the same thing. So it will be minus 3. So the way we can check this is doing 4 times 4b is 16b. 4 times 1 is 4. And that's how we can figure this out, because since there is nothing left, it would just be a 1. So when you're factoring, you could do 4 times 1 is 4. So that's just like a hidden 1. 4 times 8 is 32. And 4 times negative 3 is negative 12. So this all checks out. And good luck with factoring.
I hope this helped you learn about factoring. Good luck!